Hello again, and welcome to this could quite possibly be, guys, the last round 10 video that I'm properly recording. Because before this point, I had just submitted all the non-Treyarchs, I submitted Vanguard, I submitted all the other onslaughts, and then I had to do Newtown again, and then I have to do this one because when I did this map with Canyon Red, I thought this was collateral. I confused these maps and I thought we already done it because it's, the other sand desert map. So here we are again, going to do satellite. Um, it's crazy to think that this is it. You know, like it's crazy to me that I've finished this project or that like I'm so close I can taste the finish line.
You're clear to engage all hostiles.
And I can't imagine a more anticlimactic
I
finish
should not be here.
than playing Onslaught on a random cold
Kill the
map.
undead to charge the orb.
But
Requiem has yet to identify.
even if that wasn't how I was intending to end it,
Our team survive.
this is this is it. And I'm really proud. Really proud of the growth I've developed as a gamer through the project and the resiliency and the patience and honestly the discipline I've had to have to even want to keep going with this thing because most of this has just been boring because I've been playing like 15 years of a game
With the
mode
orb as it moves.
and like right when things are like actually getting good or comfortable in the map, that's when I say, oh, hey, time to game over and time to move on to the next one. And so there's been a lot of like mundaneness to this where I've really had to like
Get back to the orb.
commit. Like I really had to see my vision through. And in terms of like actual difficulty, I don't think doing these round 10s have really been that difficult, say, in skill, but I'd be lying if I didn't think it was a difficult thing to do in terms of commitment and in management. It's not only do I have to do all these round 10s, I have to submit them, and then I have to keep track of which ones I've submitted, then I have to keep, like, sometimes run get denied, like, I had the whole issue with BO4. There's a ton of stuff that, like, just could make this situation frustrating, and here I am. Now, speaking of things that are frustrating, Onslaught. Oh my god, I had to do, what is it, 27 maps? Yeesh. God, man, and I'm glad that for the Onslaught ones, I stuck with Chaz, because these would have been, like, these were rough to do on my own. Or these were rough to do with Canon, but oh my god, if I did all of these by myself, I think I'd like lose it. I think I would have actually gone even more insane than I previously was.
I will be disappointed if it does not function well.
Map has a lot. I love how there's like this side where you have like the middle path and you can caves, get all these like little points of action, these like lines, you're gonna go and then you have this half of the map where you just run straight across some sand hills.
Your anger achieves nothing. Mine go up. Off you go.
I talk about growing as like a gamer and like the whole resiliency and patience thing, but like outside of doing these round 10s. Like, I've changed and grown a lot as well. Like, this started, I was living with my partner at the time, and I was in the middle of this
You are weak and
push
pathetic.
to be self-dependent, and I was really not taking care of myself. Like, I was basically like stressing myself to death. And this sort of trial by fire, I've had to
Scanners picking up an
challenge
elite
my
hostile near
previous
your position.
behaviors. I had to challenge my those difficult vulnerabilities with myself, and I feel like I really have just come out on the other side bigger, better, stronger.
I refuse to let you hurt me.
And most importantly, I feel like happier. I feel like I'm finally finding a sort of happiness in myself and not something that I was pursuing in the hopes of receiving from others. If that makes sense. Might be a little corny, but it's true. And it's kind of weird how these round 10s have been there. 'Cause I feel like a completely different person from when I started this. And by a lot of metrics, I feel like a lot of people could say that that they'd be like, well, yeah, because you are. And it's really exciting for me. It's
I have plans for
it makes me really happy to think about just how much better things are. And that's not to say there is this things are perfect right now. They're not. There's a lot of stuff that I don't like that is a problem now that wasn't a problem then. But I think overall, pound for pound, I feel much more equipped. I feel much more healthy, both mentally and physically. You know, I've had to deal with my like chronic allergies that were getting to the point where I was bedridden, and I had to take these allergy shots, and then the allergy shots made things worse,
you. Underestimate
and like
me.
it made that motivation
There was
for
no-
physical activity
nor mercy.
kind of difficult because like my body was just always going to be in this sort of weird state of just not feeling. But like I've started caring about that way more. I've started being able to overcome that hurt. I didn't let that stop me from finding the success I needed.
Dimensional tear coming up. Be ready for a fight.
And so glad to be here on the other side of this. And I'm really excited for what the future.
Put 'em down.
And you know, moderators, if you have to sit here and you have to like watch all of this, I don't know if you guys do or not. Like sometimes it feels like you do. Other times it's like I don't. It just doesn't make sense to me. But if you have to sit through and watch all this, I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I've submitted over 200 and probably 250 applications at this point, or submissions, I should say. And throughout all that, you guys have had to sit on the other end of this and look and inspect every single one. And I feel so bad when I mess something up and y'all have to deny the run for like reasons completely my fault. Like I feel so bad. Like, oh man. Because I'm already wasting y'all guys' time. I'm not, you know, I've gotten world records. You know, I've got a world record on every single Black Ops map. But, these round 10s, you know,
I have faced a far bigger
these aren't like challenges. These aren't things where it's like
hope you rot.
meaningful. Like, the round 10s are meaningful, but it's really something that exists on its own. Like, it's something that's... How should I put this? I guess maybe more than the sum of its parts. Also, I don't want to clear this round because then I invalidate my run. Whoops. To focus on the emotional moment here. But, like, you know, I just want to say thank you, moderators, for dealing with this silly little person doing their silly little round tens. It's like they're not expecting you to be able to get that out that far, but when you have PhD slider, that's not an issue. There it is. That's it. With this, I've done every single map. You know, World at War, Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare, BO3, Infinite Warfare, War 2, Black Ops 4, Cold War, and Vanguard. That's every map. It's every game. Drive safe. Here's to whatever I do next.